old school. I'm writing on the board. So one great herb for your stomach, for your gut, for your intestinal wall is slippery elm. This is one of Barbara's favorites too. This herb literally goes in and coats your gut lining, right? So it's going to instantly start reducing that inflammation and irritation. Next thing I think is wonderful for the gut, ginger root. Ginger is one of my favorites. It works on everything. Because this is super, super anti-inflammatory, and it has a lot of antioxidant properties. Ginger. Now we got yarrow. I don't know if any of you, yarrow's not a real big popular one, but I think it's fabulous for the gut. Because that actually stimulates the production of digestive juices while improving your digestive system. Another one, of course, one of all of our favorites is chamomile. Chamomile, that's an amazing one. Not only does that calm you down, help relax you, but it's a powerful digestive relaxant that can help with various issues like indigestion, acid reflux, bloating, and it'll also soothe the gut lining. And the last one that I suggest, which is one of my favorites, is marshmallow root. So marshmallow root is an herb that actually goes into your stomach and puts gut. Also, if you suffer from acid reflux, marshmallow root, slippery elm, these two kind of almost work the same, okay? So if you do that and you take that, it's actually going to coat everything inside while you're drinking, you know, when you're getting all that irritation. Those herbs are fabulous to fix that. So I took 1 cup a day of this combination for 2 weeks. This was my way of providing my body with the help it needed to start fixing and healing. Okay, so I was starting to give my fighters some stuff back. Yes?
How much of each one per cup? Or did you make a mix and then?
It's a mix, yeah. But I can write that out. But this was my way of healing my body. But then you also need probiotics, okay? Because choosing a good probiotic is very important. I was using, I think it was Florister Daily Probiotic, but there's great ones out there. But probiotics are beneficial bacteria, okay? They're your strong guys that help maintain a healthy balance in your gut. You are giving your body the strong army back by putting the probiotics back into your body. It restores balance, it boosts your immunity, and it helps reduce inflammation. So if you're having problems with your gut, a good probiotic is another wonderful thing to add. It's almost a must. It's almost a must.
What about prebiotics?
Prebiotics also, 100%. I also needed a natural herb that could help me now. Okay, so now I needed a natural herb to help me with what steroids do, right? Because I was inflamed, and I wasn't going to take a steroid. So do you know what herb is powerful anti-inflammatory properties, and it shows in studies that it's comparable to those of steroids?
Turmeric.
Close. It's a resin.
Cayenne.
It's a resin talked about in the Bible. It is frankincense. It's called Boswellia frankincense. Boswellia contains compounds called boswellic acids, which inhibit production of pro-inflammatory enzymes, similar to how steroids reduce the inflammation. The acids also help regulate the immune system, reducing inflammation, and it can potentially provide relief in even for arthritis or IBD, which is inflammatory bowel disease. Boswellia was rated herbs to help that. Make sure you get a trusted source. A great one that it's kind of pricey, but it's worth it. It's by Thorn. Because the the most important thing is when you look for a reputable brand, but the supplement has to contain at least 60% of boswellic acid. That's what's going to help you, and that's what's going to change it. So you can get it anywhere, but like I said, that's one that I would recommend. So what I did is I started taking the boswellia. Took that for 4 to 6 weeks. Oh, that's my frankincense oil. I made frankincense oil too. Okay, so I also was taking my frankincense oil and I was applying it to my abdomen with a heating pad because my frankincense oil has castor oil in it also. So if you have stomach issues too, castor oil, yes.
Is that just a topical product or could that be used orally?
This one?
Yeah.
This one is just topical. You gotta make sure, because with frankincense, you gotta make sure, you know, like Rachel was saying, some are edible, you just gotta make sure you get the right ones. Yes?
And what about in a diffuser?
Oh, diffusing it is amazing. Yeah, you can diffuse frankincense in there.
But not the one that you saw. It has castor oil on it.
The one that I saw has castor oil.
Yeah.
Right. No, but frankincense essential oil is fabulous to diffuse. But like I said, make sure you get a trusted source. Yeah. Yeah, so what I did is I took castor oil, put a couple drops of frankincense, and I would apply that to my abdomen at night with a heating pad. Now, best way is not to use a heating pad because it's got electricity and all that, but it was the easiest option. So if you got like those heating things, the recipe right now. So I don't know if you guys know about cold press. You can get a cold press machine anywhere on Amazon, right? But the cold press is much better than just taking and mixing up your vegetables because it's keeping all the important stuff inside. So this is called Green Gut Health.
I agree.
Sorry if I write sloppy. If you take this and do this for 2 weeks straight, I promise you're going to start getting relief. 1 cucumber, organic as much as you can. 2 celery sticks. 1 green apple. 1 cup of spinach. Half a peeled lemon. And 1 inch of ginger. You take this, you do this for 2 weeks straight, I promise you, it's gonna clean your system out. And you're gonna start feeling so much better.
Did you do this first thing in the morning?
First, okay, I'm not that far yet. I'll let you know what I do first thing in the morning. This was what I would do during the afternoon,
Oh.
okay? But this gut cleanse right there will give you hydration, detoxification. It will literally detox everything that's in there. It will reduce your inflammation, and it will enhance your gut flora. So my probiotics. Then I'm also doing my detoxing. Now I'm going to add bone broth. Bone broth, organic, was huge help to my stomach. First, it has collagen in it, right? This protein helps to strengthen and repair the gut lining. It also has amino acids like glycine, glutamine, which support the integrity of the gut lining. It also provides essential minerals like your calcium, your magnesium, your phosphorus, which are all needed if you want your gut balanced. All in bone broth. It also contains a gelatin. This substance, that gelatin, that substance, you know those loose skates we talked about? That gelatin goes in there and actually replenishes and reseals those loose skates. So sealing it to help prevent the leaking into the bloodstream. So it's like a soothing, nourishing balm for your gut, helping to repair and maintain its health. You can get organic beef bone. I did beef bone broth. Now you can do chicken. You can. I don't suggest pork. That's just me. But you can do pork. But when I was doing research, it said that the beef bone broth was the best one for your gut. So you can either get that at the grocery store. One of my favorites is by Kettle and Fire, and it's organic, and it comes with turmeric and ginger. Amazing. I mean, that's like, mwah, right? So I also have a recipe, though, that you guys can make it at home. This is how easy it is to make your bone broth at home. All you need is 2 pounds. 2 pounds of beef bones. 2 tablespoons of your apple cider vinegar. 1 large onion. 2 carrots. 2 celery sticks. Kind of reminding you of the same thing, huh? And 3 to 4 garlic cloves crushed. So you can definitely make that at home. You can throw parsley in it, season it however you want. You cover it with distilled water. Throw all those in there, just cover it with distilled water, bring it to a boil, reduce to a simmer for 12 to 24 hours, adding water as it goes, and then you have your beef broth. Now, if you hate taking beef broth, a suggestion is, I actually don't mind it anymore because I've been taking it so much, but a good suggestion is if you make a big batch, or if you buy it, freeze them. Freeze them in little ice cubes, right? So then all you have to do is take that one little ice cube every day. Yes?
Do you have any substitution? Like
If you don't eat meat, that's the hard thing because
What's the second one at the bottom?
it comes from the bones themselves. So you can do a vegetable broth, but it's not going to be as strong. But still, incorporating everything else is going to help you if you cannot take the beef broth. Okay? So what I did with the beef broth is I would take that first thing in the morning. Very first thing before anything. Which is gross. I hated it, yes.
Angie, what's the half on the first gut cleanse? What is the bottom two?
Lemon.
Where? On the beef
Half.
broth?
No, on your gut cleanse to the right.
Oh, I didn't even finish. That's half peeled lemon.
A half peeled lemon, and then the other is a 1-inch ginger,
1 inch of ginger.
fresh ginger. Okay.
Sorry guys, my writing is terrible. Yes. It's apple cider vinegar, 1 large, that says onion. That says onion. 1 large onion, 2 carrots, 2 celery sticks, 3 to 4 garlic cloves, broken up.
How much would you have in the morning? A cup, about 8 ounces?
I do a cup. I did. What you want to do is if you're suffering from your gut issues, you want to start with 2 cups a day.
2 cups in the morning.
I did 1 cup in the morning and 1 cup in the evening.
If you do an Instapot, do you know settings to use an Instapot?
If you do the Instapot, you still just keep it on low. It's still going to be for like 24 hours. Okay, it cooks a long time, but you can do low for sure. Yes.
Angie, is it the collagen that's the most important thing from the bone broth?
There's a lot.
Okay.
Because not only that, the gelatin in the beef broth
I was just gonna say,
heals
'cause you
all
could get
those
a
tight.
marine collagen,
Tight junctions,
but
yeah.
it wouldn't be as good as it.
It's still good. It's still very good. But the minerals and the vitamins and then the gelatin is closing those tight junctions that are letting everything seep through. So you're closing things up. You're healing your body. You know?
Another question. Were you actually eating the carrots and the celery or just the broth?
I was doing bone broth in the morning.
Right.
Then I would cold juice every single day.
Right.
And I would drink that
Okay. In the afternoon.
in the afternoon.
When were you having your tea?
My tea would be at night.
At
So
night.
this would be my very first morning. Then I would do this in the afternoon. This would be at night. And then before I went to bed, I would down 1 more cup of bone broth.
But when you were drinking the bone broth, were you eating some of the carrots and some of the celery and some of the onion, or you were just drinking the broth?
No, I would just get down. But if you make it in the bone broth,
Yeah.
you just kind of strain it out.
So you wouldn't actually eat the vegetable?
Right.
You would strain
In the
it?
bone broth itself, if you made it yourself.
Yeah, if you made it.
You would strain that all out and you just want to drink the juice. It's not that you can't eat the carrots, you can. You can eat whatever in there.
Got
You
it.
can eat it as a soup.
And what were you eating during the day?
I went on a very basic diet. So breakfast was sourdough bread, avocado toast, you know, with avocado, and an egg. That was my cayenne pepper, because cayenne pepper heals everything. So, yes.
Just for the people who don't, if you just want to increase your own collagen production, because we make collagen, you don't have to eat the collagen, but you want to eat foods like spirulina, quinoa,
Yes.
soy, beans, things that are high in amino acid content.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
And your body will produce
Yes.
collagen.
Thank you.
Definitely. So now, okay, so now we're dealing with my gut and I'm getting that all fixed up. And this, I'm telling you guys, give it a month or two, you're gonna be feeling so much better. Going to the bathroom regular, everything. So now I needed help with my hormones because my hormones were way off, right? My estrogen was way high, my testosterone was low. So I immediately began starting to use my hormone cream. I make a hormone cream, which I didn't use because I didn't think I needed it at the time, but obviously I did. So when I attended Barbara O'Neill's seminar, way back last year, hormone cream was not all over TikTok. It was not. It was nowhere. She was talking about how Anna's Wild Yam Cream was super popular and how it was helping people's hormones balance. It would bring your estrogen and your testosterone back to even. But it was so hard to get. Everybody wanted it. It was working so well. So after that was over, I came home and I said, I'm gonna make my own. I know what's in it, right? I know what's in it, but I think I'm gonna add just a couple things that I think is even more beneficial. So that's what I started to do. I went home, I made it, I went on TikTok, I explained how to make it. So if you needed to make it at home, oh yeah, there it is. I also made a men's one too, because the men can use the women's hormone cream, but that one's more geared towards their testosterone. Okay, but the men can use it. This is brand new. I just did capsules now for people who forget to put the cream, because that was me all the time. Because the cream needs to be applied twice a day to balance your hormones and in different spots. Okay. So I went home, I formulated, I posted it on TikTok, and then it was everywhere. So now, although I do recommend this cream for hormones, and yes, it does work. It does work, especially because of the wild yam has, I can't remember what the name of it. Thank you. It has dioxygen in it. So that will help balance your hormones too. Okay, so I posted on TikTok, it went everywhere. Now, although I recommend this cream for our hormones, now remember, if your gut is still unbalanced or leaky, it's still gonna raise your estrogen, so you're gonna be using the cream, which is helping, but you're fighting. Your gut's, so you're gonna have to be on the cream for the rest of your life, right? Because your gut's messed up. Or you fix your gut, and maybe you'll need a cream so-and-so, you know what I mean? You don't want to rely on something for the rest of your life. Yes, this cream works. Yes, it is great. Yes, it helps everybody. But why is besides the normal things of getting older, if your gut is contributing to that hormone problem, and you're putting this cream on, but you're still getting the problems. So whenever anybody would ask me or email me about my hormone cream, I would always tell them to start working on their gut too. It goes hand in hand. Now, your liver. You're doing all this, right? Your gut's all messed up. So your bacteria is all messed up. But now you're cleaning it up. So your guys are going after what's being affected? Your liver. It's going to be pushing all that toxin, all that bad stuff through your liver. So if you're not taking care of your liver while you're detoxing from all this, now you're going to have liver issues. So you got to make sure you're taking care of that too. See, that's the crazy thing. One thing, everything leads to something else, right? So you have to make sure you get that. So an herb that I suggest for liver is milk thistle. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful herb for your liver. Now I did all this to begin my gut healing journey, which I am still on. My pathway was showing, I had my hormones tested, and my pathways were showing because of my gut that I was on track to pre-colon cancer. That's where I was headed. In that picture, you can see that's where I was headed. If I didn't change it around, I'm still on that journey, and with God's help, I'm healing. But be patient, you guys, because look how long we've been hurting our bodies. Herbs don't work, herbs don't work. Be patient. You've been putting garbage in your body for 40 years. You know, it's gonna take time, but it will work. It can heal. Heal your gut so that you can heal your body and your mind. Let God's herbs be your medicine. This whole journey to healing and how I learned to heal using God's herbs was all Him. All Him. I just knew God was holding my hand and guiding me all through this change in my life. We don't see the whole picture of what God is doing sometimes. Sometimes we think, oh, being picked on, what that? You know, what? Oh, gosh. But we don't see what, He knows the bigger picture. We don't, right? But we just have to trust. You have to put your trust in Him. And sometimes it's really hard because you feel like you're being attacked. But once you put your trust in Him, things change. He has a plan. For me, He saved me in more ways than one. If He wouldn't have turned my life around into herbs, I would have kept going on how I was eating. I would have known any of this, and I would have ended up with colon cancer for sure. That was my path. So I just want to close with this. I want to make sure you guys know that there is healing in herbs. There is healing. I don't care what people say. You just have to trust God. He put it there for a reason. So Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So put your trust in God and start healing.